Knut from Teck, and this is our first video on our teck project channel. Today's video is gonna be mainly about the Apple iPad Pro 10.5-inch model, um, and other Apple products, as this Mac I'm using to create this video. The Mac I'm using for this video, to create this video on, is an early MacBook Air from 2015, early in 2015. Also, it starts to get a little bit older MacBook, but it's worked fine for a few years. I'm a little bit thirsty, and I'm right now sitting in my working setup, or nah, not quite in my working setup place, but it's a little bit special place. But a lot of Apple products I have to talk about today. This is an iPhone 8. Some of the video audio things stuff can be a little bit bad outside, because I use other Apple products to make the videos, not because it's bad Apple products, but setup can be bad. Then forewarned on pre-head. And this is also going to be basic my opinion on Apple, but Apple products, what I use Apple product for, and what makes those products shines, and which Apple products I mean is best for it, and best for my uses of it and stuff like that. So let's begin and put it over. Hello again, now a little bit later with my cam. I have, of course, put Apple case in different ways and places in the house. I never have it close by where I'm recording. Moving my headset a little bit. I have the Apple iPad Pro 10.5-inch model. It's lying there in its case, protective case, and keyboard for the iPad Pro. Current extra material or extra things I'm using on it, I have an Logitech Slim Combo case and keyboard. It's best keyboard because it has light. That hasn't Apple's official one yet. I use the iPad Pro mainly for small time writing, messaging and stuff like that. And I have an iPhone 8 as I'm recording this, using my iPhone 8 cam to record it. I could likely just have used my phone, the iPad Pro, but the iPad Pro is right now on charging, so most of the video is, I can take it up, just so you don't think I lie and say it's the iPad Pro. You see it because of the keyboard has no other batteries. It's connected. It is the 10.5-inch model. It works just fine. And this video is a little bit shaky, but here we are. I have talked about iPad Pro a little bit and a little bit about iPhone. We are going to talk a little bit more expensively about Apple and Apple's business practices and products. My MacBook Air I have had it since late or early 2015, 2016. It's 2 or 3 years old now. It mainly has worked as an hobbyist computer to make videos, video redigating. Not much videos has been video redigated on it, but I'm starting a little bit heavier now. And my iPhone, mostly my iPhone 8 and my iPhone 6. I had the iPhone 4 for a little bit while. I skipped the 5, got the iPhone 6 here, and skipped the 7, and right up to 8. Those products are fantastic products on all accounts. The iPads, I have had a lot of iPads and iPods and stuff like that in my youth. But when it comes to iPad, the first iPad I really liked and really can use too much of my needed things, because I like to use a keyboard over the touchscreen, basically, is the iPad Pro. Yes, the keyboard does not follow with. That's why I have this slim combo from Logitech. Back case, stand, and keyboard in the same package. Yes, it costs over 1,000 crowns, but Norwegian crowns, but it's all in one, basically, protective case and typewriting, and it's even in it's backlight too, so in dark you don't miss and hit the wrong key. Apple Pencil I haven't tried yet, but I'm soon gonna buy an Apple Pencil. It's gonna happen in a few days. Actually, a few days. I'm gonna buy me an Apple Pencil to complete my set of iPad Pro. I have had the iPad Pro for about 1 or 2 months now, 2 maybe 3 months. I have used it most for video watching, small time photo redigating, telephone talking with my friends when my iPhone had low power, or just didn't find the fucking adapter things to the iPhone 8 because I use my Total Beach headset. That's where I start to get a little bit annoyed on Apple. When they chose to cut out the jack cable on the iPhone 7 and iPhone 8 models, yeah, the adapter did follow with, but it was still an annoyance. To be totally honest, yeah, it's an extra speaker, but when I would rather have a jack than an extra speaker on the iPhone. Speaker and sound on iPhone and iPads is beautiful. The sound system on iPad Pro is beautiful. It's loud. It speaks for itself, really. So for music and entertainment, the iPad Pro is perfect, and for lightweight office work, school work, things like that, iPad Pro is basically the best product, one of the best pad products or easy products to buy. I wish I had it when I was working on the school, was going to school and had to make homework and things like that, because it's basically made that's a easier type. It works seamlessly and good with a Mac. It works seamlessly with iPhone. That's where what I like with Apple policy is that every product they have made, Mac OS X, iOS devices work together, so you can start to work on your phone, whoever, start working on the phone, so go over and work on the tablet or iPad, get home, start work a little bit more in depth with a Mac, and get a lot of work done that. So for work and office work and school work and stuff like that, the Mac Apple products is genius, but the full feeling of it you don't get before you have spent over 20,000 to get the full experience. And I have spent between 20 and 50, 20 and 40,000 Norwegian crowns on Apple products. They work seamlessly together, but what's annoying me is Apple decides to make it hard to make it exemplary work with Android stuff, work hard to work with Linux and stuff like that. So it's deadlocked. It's a safety function, I guess. It's make more security, but it also can fuck somebody over if you don't have a Windows or Mac OS X PC and want to use programs as iTunes. You need a Windows computer or a Mac computer. If you are running Linux, you are out of luck. You must either download a VMware virtual machine and run Windows by that, or have a Mac like me to use iTunes. And when you come to it, Apple is good, but for the most students and children and parents, it can be a strain on the economy, and it isn't cheap. It isn't for the poor. There you have Android, there you have Microsoft, there you have Windows products. But if you can afford it, Macs tend to work a little bit longer than a Windows computer, still being fast. It's a lot more expensive parts in it, for the most part, when it comes to charging and faster stuff like that. iPads isn't that expensive longer, but when I was younger, iPad was expensive. 5 or 4,000, 6,000 crowns for a base model iPad. Nowadays, you can get a 5th generation iPad for about 2 or 3 or 4,000. It's a lot cheaper, but to get the iPad Pro, I had to pay 7,500 Norwegian crowns. It's a lot to get the Mac I have here. I paid 11,000 or something, between 10 and 11,000 a place, or maybe 12,000. I don't know. It was expensive. I had the money to put in it. Could I have used it on other things? Yes, I could. Do I be angry or sad because of it? No. Is I angry? Nah. I'm not angry. I could have used the money other things, and 11,000 is a lot to spend or something, but do I regret that decision? No, I do not do that, because the computer, yes, it's starting to get old. The trackpad and keys on the original keyboard here has started to get a little bit damaged and don't work as good as it did when it was brand new, but I just use another mouse then, and it's getting better. It gets better. The screen is okay. The video recording camera on it isn't the best. In a way, you get a lot more better video with the iPhone because of 4K, and the iPad Pro 10.5 4K. Apple Watch was a genius watch. It's one of two smartwatches I have owned. I still have the Apple Watch. I just don't know where the fuck it is right now. But I had it on my arm. It's genius. It's the first edition of Apple Watch was the first smartwatch that actually was a smartwatch. I had a Sony smartwatch before that, and the Sony smartwatch didn't work half of the time. Decided to stop working when I was doing something with it. It made me angry, so I broke it. So I bought the Apple Watch instead, and because I had an iPhone and what other smartwatch would work with an iPhone. So I bought an iPhone 6, then I bought the Apple Watch first edition and used them seamlessly together for a long time. Then I moved up to iPhone 8, but where the heck the watch is now, I don't know. I have found the charging cable, but I haven't found the watch for this time. When it comes to price, can you get better tech for the price? Yes, you can build your better Windows computer for the money. You can do that, but it is when it is in the software spectrum and the operative system Apple shines on something. Yes, it has been some small bugs. I have had to do some small bypassing work to get this Mac run smoothly, and I have gotten in a lot of problems, but I have managed to fix them myself. And the last problem I had was that my Mac decided to just start up in safe modus. It was a hell to get smart modus or safe modus to turn off. When I got safe modus to turn off, however, it hasn't made a problem since. It could have been a little bit more capacity. This is where I'm a little bit annoyed when it comes to Apple. Yes, it's flash memory. I know flash memory is the cheapest. Cheapest memory devices around there. But, okay, if your flash memory card cost you so much that you need to fucking take 10 or 11,000 Norwegian crowns for basically 210 or 225 gigabytes, then you may think about using other parts. Yes, I know it is the MacBook Air and it's meant to be a light carrier machine, but fuck that. That's the part I'm a little bit angry of, because I have to continuously, when I have used the MacBook Air for a half a year, I must delete the whole fucking drive, install Mac OS X on new, wait 2 fucking days to work, get the computer to work again, because all the memory is gone, and I can't off install whatever is taking that much space of my hard drive. Yes, you can buy hard drives to work it out other sides and work seamlessly with it on the other side, and it may not be a big problem, but it's a little problem. It's a little problematic. It could have been a lot better, and I'm quite honest on that part. But when it comes to iOS and mobile devices, tablets, Apple is the best in the market. Yes, Samsung has some fucking awesome tablets. Same with not Logitech, but same with Lenovo. Same with Acer. Same with most other Android tablet has some awesome variants. But when you don't want to sit on half an hour and wait on boot up, you must go for an iPhone. Yes, updates can take long time on iPhone and iOS and stuff like that, but they just work You don't have to sit 5 hours on an iPad to reroute folders and something like that. I have had a lot of Android tablets. Yes, Android tablets can customize more, but when you just want to do your email writing, do your messaging, do your reading, listen to your music, watch your videos, it's clean right faster. Yes, it has less customization. Every Apple mobile unit and phone will look the same, except the wallpapers and front image when you start up the phone. But that's the good thing. It's a good thing that's respective, because if I give an iPhone to my grandma and she use it, she learned iPhone, then the iPhone get broken and or old and she need another one, she or I buy another one to her, she don't need to learn the device again. But if you buy a Samsung phone, you learn to use the Samsung phone, comes an update, or you decide it gets broken or old and you decide to buy a Sony phone, you will have to change some workaway about it and even to update. I know a lot of that is removed with Google Pixel devices and Nexus devices pretty good. But last year's, when I switched over to an iPhone 6 from an Android phone, it was the Huawei Nexus XP or Nexus XP. One of the best phones I have owned. Started to get used to the iPhone. I've had iPad, I've had iPods, so I know how the system works. It hasn't changed on years. Yes, the look has changed, but you know what to look after when you start a phone. Yes, it has changed some look and it's a menu look and stuff like that, but it's minor things, really minor. And they look good. It's minor stuff. Yes, it's fingerprints now. Genius. It works quite well. It's genius. It just works. It's what is the best part of it. It's just working. Every day I wake up, it's calling me. Yes, I've had a rare error where the iPhone doesn't receive calls before that's gone a week, and friends just, I tried to call you for a week ago. Oh fuck, that's coming. Like, never know. It was a period. It was fixed in an update, and after that I haven't had a problem. But yes, small bugs and small problems happens with Apple products. And the biggest debug I hear is, I don't need anti I don't need antivirus software because I have a Mac. Okay, dude, yeah, you have a Mac, but that's a better part. It's a better reason for you to buy antivirus software. Even Linux users that has to build their own software, install antivirus software like function on the computer. Every computer is vulnerable for software attack, virus attacks and stuff like that. Yes, Windows is the most vulnerable as the situation is right now because most business users use Windows. Mac isn't as safe as it was in the beginning of 2000. It wasn't 100% safe from virus there, but it was almost no virus that did attack Mac. It's harder because of its based on Unix, the same as Linux. But hackers make virus for the software and operation system that sells, and a lot of users now have Mac OS X installed on their computers. A lot of users has Android and a lot of users has iPhone. It's not a lot of viruses you can get on iPhone, but it is a few. Antivirus software is quite important, and I hope Apple soon starts to install some antivirus software on their iPhone to do some scans and remove threats like that. And it should have been installed an antivirus program on the Mac from the beginning, like it is in Windows, that does scans and remove viruses, because I know it exists viruses on Mac. For a few years ago, I had to help, but it was long before I myself had a Mac. I had to help my friend because he had gotten a virus on his computer, and OS X didn't want to start up. The problem was the virus had changed a letter in his hard drive name. So I changed the letter, and OS X didn't want to start up because of Apple's security. Anti-pirating programs started to get activated. What I had to do was to go in on the Mac, buy with Linux, buy another computer with a Linux computer, change that letter back to the letter that it should have been, and the computer boot up again. That's how little that a virus need to do for a Mac user to get some problems. I know a lot of that has changed. A little bit of it has been a little bit more secure, but it says something. It's Knut from knut teck, and thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more tech videos based on Apple, different products.